Have heard of a birth doula, but what you likely haven't heard of is an end-of-life doula, and that's a person that helps families prepare both emotionally and logistically for an impending death and the difficult days that follow.
Yeah, they don't take the place of medical care or hospice. Instead, they complement it, and their services have been seeing an uptick in demand.
7 Action News reporter Amira David hears from one Detroit mom who suffered an unthinkable tragedy and how doulas helped her in a time of despair.
She seems like she was a real happy baby.
She was the happiest baby ever. My 6-month-old daughter, Amru, transitioned in her sleep.
It was June of 2020 when baby Amaru died from SIDS, leaving Detroiter Rachel Thompson in despair.
I was under investigation to rule out abuse, which is something I've since learned is kind of protocol, but at the time was extremely shocking and traumatizing, to be honest.
Suddenly facing legalities, post-mortem logistics, and immeasurable grief, a friend connected the single mom to a network of doulas.
Companionship, support, accompaniment, resources.
There are birth doulas, and then there's Marilyn Rush and Christina Wall, the kinds of doulas that focus on the end of life.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our End of Life Doula discussion group.
Rush and Wall are with The Dying Year, a group that trains people on how to help families in the lead up to an impending death, or, as was the case with Rachel, the immediate days thereafter.
They helped me contact the hospital, linked me up with a funeral director who does funerals for babies for free.
And they helped Rachel understand her option to have a funeral at home.
Was that cathartic for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that there's any way I would have made it through something like that without that type of support.
End-of-life doulas tend to any non-medical needs, from logistical planning to emotional support.
Is there a stigma around this kind of work?
Yeah, we live in a death-denying culture, and a lot of people, when you mention what you do, they just turn their head and walk away.
Even people who understand the whole process, it doesn't necessarily mean they're comfortable with discussions around death.
The problem is,
when we don't talk about it, we don't have those opportunities for connection that help us.
And with isolation amidst the pandemic further worsening the ability to connect, end-of-life doulas are seeing an uptick in demand, with growing numbers of people also looking to get trained on how to become doulas themselves.
It's just being willing to witness it and accompany them on that really difficult journey.
Do you think in a way it's about giving somebody control in a situation where they would otherwise not have any control?
Yes, I think that's very much a large piece of it.
This is us on her only Mother's Day.
For Rachel, it was about the ability to make informed choices when the world around her was crumbling.
Does it give you peace knowing people like that exist?
Absolutely. I think we need way more of those people to exist.
Paving the way for more opportunities in times of deep despair.
She was a very beloved baby.
To find a single grain of hope. I'm Amira David, 7 Action News.
And because of that transformative experience, Rachel herself is planning to get trained as an end-of-life doula with the hope of helping others. So if you're interested in learning more on how to do that or finding a doula in your area, we've posted a link on our webpage, WXYZ.com.